Hi, my name is John Travis, and I'm currently a senior at Liberty University, pursuing a music degree with a focus in commercial music with an even deeper focus in artist development. I would like to be a part of the Museum of the Bible's Concert of a Lifetime. My testimony is that I was able to grow up in a Christian home in Lynchburg, Virginia. I had two parents who loved me very much, and I also had three siblings who loved the Lord and loved me very much. Around the age of 7, I was able to attend Awana every night, and so I knew all the Christian answers. I knew that, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and I knew that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I knew all the right answers. But unfortunately, I was not applying that knowledge, and I think that's something that we all struggle with at some point in our life. And so one week during missions week, I asked my mom, I said, really help me break this down. I don't understand, and there's a joy that everybody else has that I don't seem to. And so we sat down and we talked a little bit more in depth about Romans 5:8, or actually about Romans 6:23 and about John 3:16. And even though we use those so flippantly, there's such a truth there about God's love and how we really don't deserve anything that we have. So I was able to accept Christ that night during missions week. And so, my life went on, and I was able to work at a Christian camp, and God really started working in my heart through music. My brother went to the Word of Life Bible Institute and sang, and so everybody was kind of like, well, what are you going to do to outdo your brother? And I was like, well, I don't know. But it was there that God was like, hey, music's something that you need to be paying attention to. So while I was there, I was like, okay, but I'm not going into ministry. That's never happening. Couple years later, God had it in his will for me to be in high school musicals, and he laid a specific musical out, and it was The Wizard of Oz, and it just kind of kept pressing on me. I was coming off basketball season. I had 2 bad knees, and God was like, hey, that's where you need to be. And so I went and auditioned. I was able to accept the role of the Tin Man, and the next year, God was like, wanted to test, I wouldn't say my faith, but God was like, hey, here's something else. So the next year, I was able to blind audition for season 5 of The Voice, and I asked God, I said, God, I know you've called me to music, but if the secular industry is not what you've called me to do, close the door here. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a chair to turn on the blind auditions, but it did answer my prayer of music is supposed to be where I'm at. And so after that, I applied to Liberty University. I'm currently studying under Mindy Damon, and ever since being there, I was like, well, music will come. I'll just do it on this side. And so I got plugged into a music class, and I found out God was like, no, this is where you need to be, no matter how much you're trying to resist it. Dr. Whaley approached me one day. He goes, you're going to be a music major one day. I'm going to start praying for you. You'll come around. And I looked at him and I was like, that's not happening. And by the end of the semester, God had really pushed on me, and I became a music major. And then the next year, I was like, well, I'm going to have a backup plan, God. I'm not too comfortable on this. And so I decided to do accounting and music. And God made it very apparent in that season when I got a C in accounting, but an A in music theory. So throughout these last, 6 years, God made it very apparent that music is where I'm supposed to be in my life. And so I would like to be a part of this concert opportunity because I would like the opportunity to work with people who have the same passion as I do, to teach people about the love of God and his mercy and his grace that we're completely undeserving of, but also learn how to work with other people. I would like to be able to assist other students in the future, be able to do what I'm currently doing. I have plans to go back and get my master's in music education, and so to be able to learn from people who are currently teaching in the setting that I'd like to be is awesome. And so I hope we get to work together. Thank you very much.